Hello, Collective. Welcome back to my channel. This is Divine back with another general reading. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Overall, hopefully the message resonates with you and or is helpful. We're going to pull a few cards, get a message out. The whole reading may not resonate with you, so only take what does. This could be past, present, or future energy. This could be clarity or validation for others, all right? Gender is also fluid. I do use profanity over here. I cuss over here. Alright, so if that's not going to be an issue, I would love to have you. I would love for you to stay. Alright, but in the meantime, in between time, we're going to go ahead and get a message out. Alright, it's alright with you? Alright, so let's pull a few cards and see what the energy holds. Like what's going on in the energy. Show me what I need to see. Someone in a north node. Someone can watch ESPN or be watching ESPN. Or someone can watch ESPN a lot. They could have it on their phone, on their device. Like heavily. Somebody could be a sport fan. Basketball right now in particular. But somebody watches ESPN a lot. Next card. Burn a black candle to banish any negativity, any monetary spirits, things like that. So if you don't already do this, you maybe need to burn a black candle. Somebody could be sending you negative energy, negative spirits, like dark entities, dark spirits. Like somebody trying to lower your vibration. Possibly, because you're in your north node, which is probably not going to be effective. But either way, you need to know how to protect your energy, protect yourself. But burn a black candle to banish, any monetary spirits and negativity. So somebody sending you like negative energy. Could be sending you the evil eye, shit like that. A couple of cards came out. Next one. Side eyeing one another now that the masks are off. So this is a couple. Somebody side eyeing each other. Somebody trying to stay away from you, spying. So you got a past person, man or woman. They trying to keep their distance. Somebody trying to, stay away. They know you ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't up for it. But they trying to stay away, but they watching you. They spying. Fights and conflicts being served. Victory is yours. Like the Five of Swords, Six of Wands. Like somebody, getting into it a lot. They, fighting, having arguments and stuff like that, going back and forth. But like somebody, trying to stay away at the same time. Like somebody trying to keep their distance. You could be in no contact, no communication with someone, but they still watching you. Like somebody don't see each other the same way anymore. Looks down on people like they can't be touched. In reverse, like this is an Empress in reverse. Somebody look down on people like they can't be touched. Like somebody, is very, critical of others. So, the opposite of kind, nurturing, unbiased, and judgment, things like that. Like this is, somebody definitely in a north node, but when it comes to, these south node individuals or somebody now that the mask off, somebody exposed because they won't stay in their lane is what I'm hearing. Like somebody won't leave other folks, that's doing the work on themselves and, actually, going toward their higher self or their higher calling. Like somebody thinking from a different perspective. It's like somebody don't want another person to elevate, you know what I'm saying, or ascend. Like, you know how you got some people, they tell you watch who you be around, who you call your friends, because when you separate yourself from them and, you know, you don't hear from them, you know, you just take off, just go on. Life get better for you. Things start, you know, changing, happening. You know what I'm saying? The things that you've been wishing and praying and hoping for, it seem like it start coming in back to back. You know what I'm saying? The minute you cut them people off. So don't be afraid of, you know, not having them people around if you come up. You know what I'm saying? Because if you wasn't coming up when you was with them, 9 times out of 10, what's gonna happen is the opposite. You know, I seen that on them talk about that on Seinfeld one day when everybody, you know, was making decisions based on the opposite of doing what they normally would do. It's like they doing what they normally wouldn't do, and it was working for them. So for some, that's for somebody. But you know, doing the opposite of what you normally do, you know, just allows you to have people, you know, in your company. But the minute you start doing something out of the ordinary, non-traditional, yeah, they. Cause I'm non-traditional. Somebody was like, you know, ain't nothing wrong with tradition. I said I'm non-traditional. I don't give a damn. You know, it wasn't no right or wrong answer. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing. Um, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing I was trying to testing out on nobody. It wasn't up for discussion. I'm just non-traditional. You know what I'm saying? Like I have my own views, my own beliefs. You know, I do my research. I look into things, you know what I'm saying, to get the understanding I need for me. I don't get the understanding and the comprehension for somebody else. I don't do other people living. I do my own living. You know what I'm saying? You get way down 10 of ones, you know, staying in the lane of folks that didn't ask you to be there unless they, you know, can't figure something out. And even then, they need to stick with what they know. You only going to recognize what works for you when you make them decisions for yourself. If somebody telling you what to do, now you got to stick around them to figure out, like, if that don't work, okay, what I do next. Now you got to keep. No, you don't need to shadow nobody their whole life. You know what I'm saying? They been raised already. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, you know, you can't re-raise grown ass people. It's your responsibility to make changes in your own life that you feel like is going to put you on a better path. And if, you know, you're afraid of what other people, even grown ass people, going to say about you, and, you know, if they're going to be around when you make that change, shit, you know, really ain't beneficial if they still around and you haven't made the change and nothing ain't working for your ass the way you want it to. But at this point, it's like somebody, you know, done mask off. They sign out each other, you know, throwing little slick shots at each other, like, you know, talking, you know, making conversation, indirect conversation, like the hinting at certain shit amongst each other that's causing a lot of conflicts and fights. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, when this person ain't around them, they ain't gonna even say they side eyeing, they watching you. You know what I'm saying? They know you like 8 of swords. You know what I'm saying? Like you not, there's no communication, 4 of swords. Like you not talking to this person, there's no contact, but they still spying, they watching you. You know what I'm saying? Man or woman. Because whoever this is with these fights and conflicts that they getting into it with, like they look down on other people. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't be touched. You know what I'm saying? Like it couldn't be me because I'm there. Okay, well, if I look down on other people like they can't be touched, who is this? If I look down on other people like they can't be touched, why is this out here? Why is this in reverse? Look down on other people like they can't be touched. Everybody looks down on other people like they can't be touched. Why is this in reverse? You got the Hermit, you got the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Cause somebody going through it right now anyway. Like it's, the fact that somebody actually going through the no contact, no communication with this Nine of Swords. Like somebody, having some sleepless nights, or it's like, some type of bad news, or like some type of accident, or like something could have happened to someone, or like some type of tragedy which you don't wish that on nobody. You know what I'm saying? You don't speak that over people. But I feel like, whatever got this person up and in their head, it's got a lot to do with, how no communication and no contact, like, is going on. Like, especially if somebody's not responding to another person, or not getting the attention they thought they should get, or they haven't gotten it in a while. Because this is like a lot of nightmares, you know what I'm saying? Tension, regrets, a lot of regrets. Like somebody in some deep regret. Especially after looking within, doing some soul searching with this Hermit out here. Like somebody, could possibly doing shadow work, or they, working on getting some type of guidance from someone, like talking to somebody. Clarify the Hermit. What's the Hermit? Looking down on others like they can't be touched. What's the Hermit? Got the Chariot. Cancer energy with the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck now in reverse. Like somebody working through whatever it is they trying to resolve, like some type of conflict, even within themselves. Especially, when it comes to them having some type of like whatever somebody was trying to do, like if they were trying to, show off, or like, flex, for real, or like, because the Chariot, also talks about, someone like having that control over a situation, and trying to control like what's going on in each dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Until you can't anymore, because you don't have no control over yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you can't really train in a dog if you don't know what that dog been through. You know what I'm saying? Or how they seeing things. So hence the fact that people end up calling like a dog whisperer. With a dog whisperer, to like help them get through to they fur baby. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't no telling what level or playing field that dog is on, or that fur baby is on, if you trying to train them to do something that they ain't used to doing. And you be trying to have control over the situation until you don't. And then you realize, your control got a lot to do with that animal's control. You know what I'm saying? They only gonna get behind and, follow wherever it is that you leading, if you leading in the right way. You know what I'm saying? And that's just with animals. And the dog whisperer done proved it. Just using it as an example. So when it comes to how you lead, you have to lead from a place where you showing that authority, you showing that leadership. Because if you don't, then they feel like they got the upper hand, and then they dragging you all over the place, or they refusing and being disgruntled and stuff like that with you and stuff, instead of you trying to make deals or just settling. You know what I'm saying? And they looking at you like, damn, You know, so it's the same way with this chariot. It's like somebody, needed to control, whether the inner, situations that they're dealing with, the conflicts with people, or the situations in their life they don't have any control over. And it's like getting control of it, facing whatever the challenges are to get control of it. Because somebody may have felt like, somebody else going through something, it's because they this and this. That don't happen to me. You know what I'm saying? That's going on with them. Shit, I don't deal with nothing like that. Like shit like that don't happen to me. Or I don't go through stuff like that. I'm like this, I'm like that. I don't get depressed. Face ass. But it's one of them people that like to talk down on others like they can't be touched. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, shit, they doing y'all like that. They ain't gonna come at me like that. They doing you like that. That's I'm between you and them. You see they ain't say nothing to me. That kind of thing until they realize or something, ends up happening. And now the shit is happening to them. And that's the last person you see. You don't even hear about it. Somebody got to tell you they went through something. Because they went and tucked their head, tucked their tail. Three of Swords in reverse. Now somebody heartbroken and sitting around, pissed off with the world, want to blame somebody else for the fact they in a Three of Swords. You know what I'm saying? Like they the one with the heartbreak now. Heartbreak Hotel. They side-eyeing each other now. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody looking at, the things that they got going on. And it's like, shit, I got this, I got that going on. You got this and you got that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see how you going to try to tell me to, about this, and this. When you got this, and this. And it's the only reason why I be like this, and this. It's your fault. You know what I'm saying? It's you do this. You know what I'm saying? When you do this, I do that. And that's my fault, for even, sticking around and putting up with something like that that's got me like this, like that. I should know better. That kind of thing with the chariot. It's like somebody saying, what they thought they had control of only meant they didn't have control of themselves because you just matching somebody else's energy at the time. Both of y'all were wearing masks. Both people were trying to be somebody that they wasn't. Until they, now masks are off. So even if both people masks came off at the same time or one person looking now like, I see where I done messed up at now. You just don't see where it's at. You don't see your part in nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't see my part. I thought I was holding it in a row. Really, I was just dealing with somebody dealing with the same thing I was dealing with or going through, being the same, way I am. Somebody met they match. Somebody ended up with another person just like them. So now they side-eyeing each other now because the masks are off. So you can't say, that you don't see this person in a different light now because before somebody, felt like they was the one. That's my person. You know what I'm saying? I ride with this person. Like we understand each other. We got a lot in common. Y'all do. Y'all both low vibrational. You know what I'm saying? Both of y'all karmic. Both of y'all each other's pawn. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting. Like both of them was each other's downfall. So with this Three of Swords in reverse, if this person was competing, for a spot, shit, the spot they ended up being one even more challenging with the Chariot for somebody to even get out of it. It was more challenging for this person to break free of something. They made a decision. They made all the decisions to be right where they at right now. Side-eyeing somebody. Like they made the decisions to get there. Three of Swords in reverse. Like now somebody want to blame somebody else instead of accepting the fact that they played a part in something. They played a part in it. Even if you breadcrumb somebody or they breadcrumbs you collective, you still played a part in that because that person couldn't have gotten that far. They couldn't have accomplished anything that broke your heart, pissed you off, or, left you on red. They couldn't have did anything to trigger you or really press you like they did if you had not allowed something to go too far. And you still have to take accountability for yourself and saying, you was a lesson for me. And what I learned from being with you, and people think, in connections, whether you trying to be emotionally unavailable or not, you're still going to learn from another person. That's what we're here to do. You know what I'm saying? It's to ascend, learn, and master ourselves. not master somebody else. Mastering ourselves allows us to see the unhealed version of another person. The same way we did not see it in ourselves, like when we have to face and look within, like face forward, look at ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Look at ourselves in the mirror. You have to be honest with, do I like what I see? Do I like who I am? Even when you by yourself, there's some things you can really admit to without no rebuttal, without anybody chiming in. That's just being honest. So if you know it's an issue, for real, and you wouldn't want to deal with that with nobody, work on changing it when it comes to you. Make sure you ain't doing that. Because people will say they want a nice person, they want a person to be like this, like that. But most of the time, the shit they want another person to be like, they everything but that. They everything but that. So, you got to make it make sense. Like, you can't ask for somebody to be a certain way, and you're not willing to do the work to match that. You know what I'm saying? To say you deserve that person being that way. Because that person being that way takes work. It takes work. You know what I'm saying? It takes praise. It takes appreciation. Nobody wants to make an A on a test and come home and show it to their parent, and all you do is look at it and look away and get back to what you're doing. It's taking the motivation out of them making any other A's or B's either at that point. So if you ain't going to do it to your child, don't do it to your person. If they doing something or they a certain way, shit, get them their praise. Get them they flowers while they here. Don't wait till they gone and you got to win them back. They come bringing all this, bringing Christmas and New Year's with you. Just to come back. You got to bring Christmas and New Year's with you. Like, what kind of shit? What's the hermit with the chariot? They ain't like they can't be touched. Now they got to worry about what's going on with them now as far as working on the things that they having these conflicts and disputes about. Because this person, maybe stayed in a situation, settled, or, was denying that they were even an issue. Or they actions or they choice making and stuff like that, decision making was even the problem. Somebody was denying that. And even blaming somebody else for the fact that y'all ain't together. And they over here with somebody now that they side eyeing. Like if they got with this person trying to flex and make up past the time or whatever, they still ended up being with somebody on the same level as them. What's the hermit with the chariot? Four Wands. With the Ten of Cups. Somebody wants something for real now. He wants something for real now. Like somebody want to go on this journey. They want to make, a difference. You know what I'm saying? In their own way. Especially with themselves. And it's, when it's starting with themselves and the things that they thought, didn't matter or, they had a lot of control over. Now this person got to tie up loose ends, starting with themselves, if that's the case, or starting with others, that they got to open, cycles with that gonna come with a whole bunch of, probably some rebuttal, you know what I'm saying, some fights, some arguments and stuff like that. But this is your victory for them being the way they were, like feeling like they couldn't be touched. Feeling like, certain things happen to other people. I ain't, don't, in their ego. You know what I'm saying? Somebody felt like, shit, that's on them. I don't go through stuff like that. I don't do that. Shit like that don't happen to me. I don't be like that. Who insecure? And not me. I'm this, yeah. And somebody having to face, the issues that they do have, that the actions that they have, it come from something. It's deeply rooted in something that they, indirect actions, indirect activity, communication, actions. You know what I'm saying? When somebody do something to the wrong person, it's like taking something out on the wrong people. But they, with this Four of Wands, like somebody, wants to possibly propose, they want some type of, commitment or something like that. Or that somebody want to give you some type of commitment. But this is like, somebody making a focused effort, you know what I'm saying, to establish something that they feel like, is going to get them that stable foundation, you know what I'm saying, like a healthy, like, family dynamic, you know what I'm saying, a healthy connection. Because this at first this person may have felt like, happiness was, money. It was in other things, you know what I'm saying, and having the control of folks that would give to you no matter what you was like from day to day. You know what I'm saying? And now they realizing shit, that's just somebody that's manipulative. You know what I'm saying? And who wants to be with that? I mean, you ain't raising your daughter to be with nobody like that. You know what I'm saying? Man or woman. But you got the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck with the Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, somebody looks at you, as a success story. You know what I'm saying? Somebody looks at you as like, they wish fulfillment, like, a blessing. Yeah, somebody see you winning. They see you as somebody, that they see themselves marrying. Like somebody see themselves, this is how somebody sees something. With this Four Wands, Nine of Cups, like, yeah. Clarify side-eyeing each other through the mask off. Clarify side-eyeing one another. Now that the masks are off. Side-eyeing one another now that the masks are off. What are they side-eyeing each other? What is this side-eyeing each other over? Clarify side-eyeing one another now that the masks are off. Emperor could be a father figure, could be a dad, a baby dad, a husband, an ex-husband, or somebody just of a authoritative figure. Yeah, they gaining a new perspective, turning over a new leaf. Yeah. Yeah, an emperor side eyeing somebody now, especially if it's entailing like somebody not getting like another opportunity, or they don't want another opportunity. It's something like that. With this Ace of Cups in reverse, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, because I feel like somebody don't want to. You know how somebody, when they realize they made a wrong turn or something like that, they'll drive for so long to see where they can turn around at, because they don't want to go too far and they panic, like, man, I don't see the way I can turn around at. It's like this person looking now, after gaining a new perspective on a situation, like this person now, is not looking at something they can fix. You know what I'm saying? With whoever this is, they side eyeing. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, like this emperor not looking, somebody's not looking to fix or rekindle something, with somebody that, they may have, wanted to build some type of, lifestyle, some type of, foundation, or get some type of, family with, you know what I'm saying, or give some type of, commitment to. You know what I'm saying? It's like somebody don't want to commit to that no more. This Ace of Cups in reverse, like this a new beginning, for somebody is not gonna be granted, when it comes to them seeing what they see now. It's like if somebody thought, somebody would stay on that level with them, year in and year out, without them actually changing up or realizing, you could do better or something like this. Like somebody now can't pull the wool over somebody's eyes no more. Like the rose colored glasses is out. And it's like this person can't they can't bring themselves to want a new beginning with this person. It's like they don't even want to. If they married, it's like somebody don't even want to work nothing out. If they gave them a commitment, they changing up. Like somebody's seeing something different now. So it's like I don't want to be here no more. Let's work on it. Let's not. That's what I'm hearing. They don't want to work on it. You know what I'm saying? Like this is somebody that may have want to come in real aggressive or come toward them real aggressive, but like how they want something with them, and we this is the kind of lifestyle I want, or this is what you used to doing, or this what you gonna do for me. It's like somebody used to what somebody do for them. If this emperor, this father figure, this husband or whoever this authority figure is, whoever this is to you, this person feel like whatever it is that they provided for another person they side eyeing now, that the mask are off, it's like they don't want to provide that. Like somebody holding back, and they don't want to give somebody the opportunity to want something, to start over. You know what I'm saying? To work something out. Like, what's the emperor? Yeah, so 5 of Pentacles in reverse with the Knight of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Like somebody working on their finances right now, could be working on, restoring they energy, like, getting back what they put out. It's like somebody now, it's like kind of isolating themselves, or they, working on future investments. Like they looking at, what I want to do moving forward, because this ain't what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to stay here. I don't want to keep giving to this. I don't want to work nothing out. I just want to go. You know what I'm saying? And it's like somebody saying, I know I may have chose you over another person, or you may have, wanted to fit the shoes of, who you thought I wanted, or what you thought you were replacing. But I feel like somebody was in some type of silent competition, and who this emperor realizing now, whoever they was with or they chose over another person, it's like now they could have left you out in the cold for this person, but it's like now they could be working on their finances now, you working on yours, but they ain't got nothing to give, to a situation no more, especially, if it already caused them to take a L. Like if they realizing now, how much they had starting out to where they at right now, like they have not really gained much. They really now, or this is you, like working on your finances, clearing out, debt and stuff like that. Like you could be getting your credit straight, or they doing this. So when it comes to whoever this masculine is, or this King of Pentacles, or this King of Cups in reverse, like somebody, it's a slow, process. So whatever this person is, looking to come towards you and do, like even if it comes to them, wanting to have some type of message, like some type of proposal. It may be something coming in, but it's like somebody don't want to make, the next, like how some people say, make your best move, your next move, your best move. That's what I'm getting out this Knight of Cups in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Like, make your next move your best move. So it's like this person now is being calculated on what they do and how they invested their time and their energy in the shit now. So it's like they being cautious of like who they spend time with, what they say, what they give to a situation, and how long they gonna give. You know what I'm saying? Because this person, possibly had to walk away after investing so much of their time, their money, their energy into something that really it was an illusion. It was like some false hope, you know what I'm saying, that somebody gave or put on themselves to a feel, you know what I'm saying, feel like they was accomplishing something when they really was digging the rabbit hole, was just getting deeper. So they may have to, take things slow. They can't just rush toward the finish line right away. So if this is a past person possibly wanting to come back around, or even if they're moving on to somebody new, you know what I'm saying, it's a process they're going to have to go through now to clear out this karmic debt. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the stuff that they got wrong, and however long they've been in this cycle, it could have been the last cycle that they had to clear out. So it may have taken them longer to walk away from it. So whoever this is, I wouldn't be compelled to be trying to, rush toward the finish line with this person when it comes to them wanting to come back around. Take your time, go at a steady pace and make sure you seeing what you need to see. Or this is what they need to do. What's the Five of Pentacles in reverse? Yeah, the Six of Pentacles. See, somebody want to come in and give you this equal give and take. They know you got standards. They know you got boundaries. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to have the same for themselves. Because I feel like somebody want to come in being generous, so they could be working on their finances, clearing up some credit. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to debt, it could be tying up loose ends, getting stuff out of their name. They may have shared, some stuff together with another person. Don't have to be, but just take it how it resonates. They see you got boundaries. Yeah, you got your boundaries up, standing on business, ready to go toward whatever it is after learning a lot of lessons, or this is your person. You got the Victory out here. You got the Hierophant in reverse. So somebody, leaning not on, on other people's beliefs and ideologies and, shit like that. Like they, looking into stuff for themselves. Trying to stay away from you spying. Clarify. Clarify trying to stay away from you spying. What are they spying on? They spying about? Like, yeah. They know you sailed on. They know you moved on the calmer waters. They know you put the past behind you. They know you leaving past shit behind. They know you ain't holding no grudge. You just went on. But they spying. They heartbroken. You know what I'm saying? Having to accept the truth about this situation like they don't like, how it ended. But they know they see you as somebody very independent, very abundant, self-efficient. You know what I'm saying? But they had secrets. You know what I'm saying? They had a lot of things going on that they, behind the scenes, that now it's causing conflict, fights with the Five of Wands over a lot of these things that they got themselves caught up in with this devil. All this is at the bottom of the deck with these cards laying out here. The bottom of the deck damn near tell the story of these cards laying out here. Because there's Three of Swords in reverse. You got the Nine of Pentacles. You got the High Priestess in reverse. You know what I'm saying? With this person having, secrets, having things, that they kind of wanted to keep hidden. Like having, skeletons and shit like that. But at the same time, this is, Five of Wands right behind it. Leo energy, where it comes to conflict, competition, fighting, arguments, stuff like that. Where it comes to somebody actually being in some type of silent competition or a known competition that somebody put you in, just because you intuitive enough to know that maybe you wasn't the only one somebody was messing around with. But people don't realize, game recognize game. But fights and conflicts being served, like somebody could be, getting served some papers. Somebody could be, having to deal with some legal issues now. But this is your justice. Can't make it up. I'm telling you. It's all laid out here in the bottom of the deck. Yep. Clarify fights, conflicts being served. You got the Knight of Swords in reverse. See, somebody was supposed to come towards you and say something, reveal something, and didn't, and a lot of serious repercussions came from it. Let me go back to this, trying to stay away from you spying. Give me some more on this, trying to stay away from you spying with the Six of Swords. Clarify trying to stay away from you spying with the Six of Swords. Yeah. See, they may not be getting, like this passionate new beginning. They may not be getting, they may not have went through this spiritual awakening. They may not have got this opportunity, been granted this opportunity, to like get a new beginning. You know what I'm saying? They may have been denied that for now because they're working on whatever it is that, or they, walking away from someone that, or they have, somebody done walked away from somebody that they not having a new beginning with, like somebody's not starting over anew with somebody else. They walking away. But with this King of Wands, it's like someone actually, being, they getting some good advice, or they're able to give good advice now, or they see you as this. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have told this person some things, or they talking to somebody right now, that's probably trying to give them some good advice, like, or they coming into, something now that's allowing them, to kind of be distracted, or they got caught up in something now that's like keeping their attention. But this is somebody that represents somebody like of wealth and status and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They got a name for themselves. Somebody could be from North Carolina too. North Carolina. What's the Six of Swords with the King of Wands? Clarify the Six of Swords with the King of Wands. Trying to stay away from you, spying. Child, whoever this is, they could be a Sagittarius. Because it's all in every one of these damn cards that just came out, child. Even with the King of Wands being in Aries, somebody could be a fire sign. But somebody, with the Nine of Wands, like someone, is very determined, you know what I'm saying, standing their ground. But it's like, somebody trying to stand their ground, like stay away. They know you got your guard up or something like that. But it's like they want to come in hot, take some swift action, make some quick changes. Because they want this passionate new beginning. They want this passionate new beginning, baby. See what it is? You see it. They want this passionate new beginning, child. But they, want to come in hot, make some quick changes. You know what I'm saying? They want to come in and take some quick action. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't, they know you got your guard up. They trying to stay away because they know you don't want to be bothered with their ass. Get your ass back. Judgment at the bottom of the deck, Libra energy. Somebody, kind of looking at, this transformation that they're going through, but it's a change. It's something that's, been long overdue. Something that they can't start nothing else until they end out things, you know what I'm saying, that don't suit them. It's not part of the journey. It's not part of the calling. So they can't, be dragging old baggage and shit from, past connections. And with this Knight of Swords in reverse, like somebody can't come in on that passive shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like now, when it comes to the fights and conflicts being served, this is your justice. Victory is yours. So they can come in, regardless of what they want to come in and say or do or whatever. It's like somebody, under judgment now, but they don't want to have to keep looking at the fact why something didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Or the fact that they didn't put, everything they had into it, to get out of the situation that they put themselves in with somebody else. But the mask had to come off because them and another person, whoever they chose over you, were wearing a mask. Even if they didn't choose anybody over you, it could have been, people that they, were being a yes person to, being a people pleaser toward. You know what I'm saying? But when you give into somebody and they get spoiled and they get in their ways, like it's hard to break that, you know what I'm saying, that chain off, you know what I'm saying, to disconnect from that person because they want you to keep doing that even if they feel like, it's freeing up some time for them or it's saving them some money. Like, oh man, you gonna stop doing that? Like, yeah, I mean, I don't be able to take care of that for you no more, you know what I'm saying? But you should be making enough to do that now. But that ain't what somebody want. And even if they were in some type of marriage or if they, gave somebody else a commitment, it's like somebody know if they had something, they were planning with this person, that's off. Because now they done had to accept, the fact that they maybe chose this person over you or they went in another direction and tried to get over you and tried to move on to get with somebody else after you, or they got with somebody before you and they just chose this person, never said anything. Or like I said, they could have tried to move on and get with somebody else, and things just didn't work out and they may have been done the way they did you. Now this person want to come in and give you this equal give and take, and now that this mask is off. Like they signed at this person out. Like, what in the hell was I thinking? Why would I choose you over this person? Like, this crazy. And that's what I'm hearing. So, at this point, judgment is out here. So it's like, you don't call judgment on this person. So when it comes to them taking accountability, whether they take it or not, I mean, they block, from you until further notice. So they trying to keep their distance. What's the Knight of Swords in reverse? Fights and conflicts being served. Victory is yours. What's the Knight of Swords in reverse? Clarify. And we're going to close out. Yeah, you got the King of Pentacles. And you got the Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah. Got to watch who you do business with, child, because this is somebody very spiteful. This person, they don't want to help your ass unless they the one. They don't want to, give you any kind of good advice or help or insight on something unless they can control something about you or, have a say in almost everything you got going on. This is somebody that, could have some plugs. They could have some connects to help you get out of a situation or like resourceful or whatever. But they ain't going to even give you their help if they feel like they can't get something or control like the outcome of the situation or the fact that you need them. It's like somebody will put you in a situation only for you to call on them to help you because they know somebody, but they the one caused it. This Queen of Wands like somebody that throw rocks and hide their hand. They'll put you in a situation. Somebody being served though. Got the Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck with the Ten of Cups. Yeah, like somebody want to come in and make like a focused effort, to like come together. Teamwork make the dream work, but I feel like, whatever somebody, feel like, they were trying to hinder another person's growth by doing shit, it ain't work. It just sped shit up and made things about them be more exposed. That's why the mask came off, because somebody kept manipulating energy or kept trying to, intervene in a cycle, that they hadn't even ended out, but it's like a cycle that was supposed to bend over. And it's like if you settle in that cycle, if you settle with somebody, thinking trying to get them that benefit of the doubt package, the Most High God, your ancestors is gonna come through wrecking shit, and ain't no telling where it's gonna leave you standing, with that person. You may have to go to a shelter. You may have to go, call on somebody you thought you would never hear from or talk to ever again. And they just might answer and help you. But, the Most High God always send you somebody, especially if you get to the point you can't bring yourself to walk away at a decent time, especially if the other person will deal with you on that South Node level for as long as they can have you. But you moved on to your North Node, so this person, they have no other choice but to change if they want to keep up with you. If they even want to get you back, they got to get on your level. But this is somebody, possibly like someone that they, gave some type of commitment to, or somebody they were dealing with. Could have been a situationship. Don't have to be. But somebody was in it for what they could get out of it and what they can control this person, with. Like if it's a pay to play or something like that, or if it's something dealing with them, actually working together, with this Three of Pentacles. Like if they felt like, this person got what I need, I like what I'm getting, but I don't like, I just don't like the person, or I wish they were somebody else. It's like somebody, wishing they were somebody else. It's like somebody probably even imagined this Queen of Wands being somebody else just to be with them. It's like somebody constantly in thought of somebody else while they with somebody else. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised if this person think about the collective when they with somebody else, when they with other people. Because they want that person to be you. They won't do, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody ain't gonna, you got boundaries, somebody else don't. You know what I'm saying? And if they was promiscuous, they met somebody else the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like that was using them for what they could get out of them, and they probably using this Queen of Wands for what they can get out of this person. But now they bumping heads with each other because one of them don't want to do that, with this person or anymore. They just rather be with somebody they know gonna work with them. They're gonna work with that person, and Ten of Cups. Cause somebody feel like as long as somebody bit in their life, the Wheel of Fortune ain't turned for them yet. That's what I'm getting. What's the overall outcome in this situation? The top of the deck on my makeshift deck. This is the card that's on the top of the deck with the makeshift deck. I just looked over there to see what it said, just for kicks. And somebody walking away from a family dynamic that's dark. Yeah. What's the overall outcome moving forward? Like somebody want to bring, some type of peace to a situation. Like you could not be, like they want to communicate. Somebody want to come to some type of truce. Like compromise, like work something out or something like that. Or somebody, just want to bring some type of peace to a situation. Like they want to be at peace. Or you could be protecting your peace right now. Got the Fool at the bottom of the deck with the Tower. Give me 2 more on actions moving forward in this connection. In this reading, give me 2 more on the actions moving forward. Future actions moving forward. Give me 2 more. What are the actions of these 2 moving forward? Got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Like somebody got what they need, they just don't have the person. You know what I'm saying? Like the person they want, they may be, having a lot of, different options, come in and come and go, but it's like somebody don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like they stagnating, like they may be out here trying to move on and be with other people, but they ain't found nobody really. They got what they need. They got their career, they got the cars, they got the job, they got the money, they got, they established to their liking, but they can't get to the point of being with somebody they feel like, can appreciate. They can appreciate and adore and, be able to call their person, you know what I'm saying? And not have to watch them be gone by 5 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Well, you got to, child, that part. Give me 1 more. Future actions moving forward. Give me 1 more in this situation. Future actions moving forward. So this person want to bring some type of peace. You know what I'm saying? Or they want to protect their peace. Or somebody, wants to call a truce. Like somebody wants to, come to some type of compromise. Because they got, what they need. You know what I'm saying? They just don't have the person. You know what I'm saying? They feel like, it's going to balance out what they got. What they've accomplished. And then you got the Two of Swords. You know what I'm saying? So they could be trying to figure out, like, what it is that they not seeing. And they could be at a crossroads, you know what I'm saying? Or they were. Or it may be the fact that you may have 2 options. You may be, having more than one person, coming towards you at that time, like moving forward. Like you may have 2 decisions, 2 choices to make. Or somebody feel as though, they at a crossroads because they, don't know if you still want something with them, and they, could feel as though, you being stubborn, you know what I'm saying? Or they could be being stubborn, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to them being in this Four of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, but that's at the bottom of the deck. So, you could be being stubborn, or somebody like being stuck in their ways, you know what I'm saying? Like, got this fixed attitude about things. Yeah. But they feel like you may be fixed on whatever decision you in, or they, because of this fixed attitude that they in, it's like, could be putting them, in a situation where they gonna have to be flexible. You know what I'm saying? Like they may be, want to control the outcome too much, or like trying to have too much control over something. Like somebody gonna have to, but I feel like there's something else that somebody feel like they need to see. Like it's some more communication or something that they feel like they need. But it's like they need to take that leap of faith and trust the outcome. Like somebody gonna have to trust the process. Because at this point, like they could be at a crossroads and like not knowing, if you want this, if they should come towards you, if you want them to come towards you or something like that. But it's like they're gonna have to take this leap of faith. You know what I'm saying? Like they may not know if you got somebody by now, you know, if you holding, the past against them or whatever, because they having a lot of, past memories of how they held back from you, how they breadcrumbs you and shit. So it's basically like how they feel like they don't deserve you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no right to go toward that person after how I did them. That's what I'm getting. But they walking away from a family dynamic. You know what I'm saying? A dark one at that. But I'm going to end it here. Hopefully the message resonates with you guys in some way, shape, form, or fashion. This is Divine Art Mystic Tarot. So make sure you guys hit that like, that subscribe button on your way out. And as always, those of you that genuinely love me, know that I love you too. Mwah. Bye.